The dream of 1.4 billion Indians ended on November 19th. India were poised to take the cup home, but Australia had other ideas. In a thorough, professional and clinical way, Australia showed who's the boss. And because of that, they thrashed India by 6 wickets to win the World Cup for a record 6th time. One of the key players was Travis Head. Travis Head, if you have to look at it, has been India's ultimate nightmare when you have to look at it in 2023. Especially in major ICC event finals. You all thought that maybe Steve Smith was the ultimate clutch player? Wrong. In the space of 3 games in 2023 itself, the World Test Championship final, the semi-final of the 2023 World Cup and the final, Travis Head has shown that he is head and shoulders above the rest. Now, Travis Head's exploits have ensured that the headline writers today in the media have had a field day. Some people on social media commented, India had a tail, Australia had a head. There were a lot of other comments also. India, that means there was a caption in which India, it was morphed to India, the cup. Australia, the cup. So the cup, in that sense, India gave the cup to Australia, who took it. And it was all because of Travis Head and his brilliance. Now, one particular individual had a big say in the emergence of Travis Head. And whatever knocks he's playing is all a tribute to that one particular individual. Following Travis Head's exploits in the ICC World Test Championship, as well as in all the ICC semi-final and the final of 2023, Shane Warne, the late great Shane Warne, his tweet actually went viral. Why? I'm a big fan of Travis Head as a cricketer. That's what Shane Warne highlighted. I believe he will be a future star for Australia in all forms of the game. But when did he make this tweet? December 6th, 2016. 7 years later, the prophecy has come true. Travis Head is now a future star. He's a star for Australia in all forms of the game. Look at the clutch situations and look at the way how he's emerged out of it. On that Ahmedabad wicket in the first 7 to 8 overs, where the ball was seaming and hooping on a string, Travis Head somehow held firm. He got beaten a couple of times. He rode his luck. But then he counter-attacked spectacularly. Once the movement went away, the pitch eased out and there was no spin, Travis Head absolutely feasted on it. And that's why India's bowlers just could not adapt. They were late in realizing Travis Head's weakness in the ICC World Test Championship. Now in the final, they were undone by the conditions itself. Travis Head's 137 in the final is the highest score by a player while chasing in the World Cup final. Travis Head joins Ricky Ponting and Adam Gilchrist as the other individuals who scored centuries in a World Cup final. But Travis Head with 137 and Aravinda De Silva with 107, they are the only 2 individuals who scored 100 while chasing successfully. And because of this, Travis Head is in a different pedestal altogether. Now, why is he India's nightmare? Consider this. In the World Test Championship final at the Oval, Australia were actually under the pump. They had lost Usman Khawaja cheaply, then they lost Marnus Labuschagne and David Warner. But then Steve Smith and Travis Head together combined and ensured they batted India out of the contest. Head in particular, everybody's talking about baseball, everybody's talking about attacking cricket. The Australians can only sit back and laugh because England have given a term to baseball in test match cricket. But Travis Head is only following on the footsteps of how Adam Gilchrist, Ricky Ponting, Matthew Hayden and all played. Aggressive attacking cricket. It is in Australia's DNA to attack and Travis Head follows that to the hilt. 163 of the finest runs on day 2, India were totally battered out of the World Test Championship. And because of Travis Head, they managed to win the World Test Championship final in 2023 and complete the Grand Slam in cricket. Two-time Champions Trophy winners, 2021 World T20 winners, 6-time World Cup winners, and now 2023 the World Test Champions. Fast forward to 5 months later, 137 in the ICC World Cup final. But the impact that Travis Head already created prior to the knock was spectacular. In the first over itself, he saved a boundary that ensured India could not get the momentum. Then, when Glenn Maxwell was bowling to Rohit Sharma, the catch that he took ensured Australia had the firm momentum. Look at how the wheels of karma have come back. In Chennai, Mitchell Marsh dropped an absolute sitter, and at one point, Australia were at the lowest, not just in the points table, but also in the catching efficiency. They were right at the bottom. But here on the big day, on the big final, Australia raced not an A game, their A plus game. Fielders were throwing around everywhere. Travis Head's catch to dismiss Rohit Sharma was the psychological spook that got India. From 8, they went to 7, 6, 5 and ended with 4.8, the run rate. 240, because of the fielding, they were not just 40 runs short, they were 60 runs short. And because of that, Travis Head weathered the storm, 137 of the finest runs, 15 fours and 4 sixes. Consider this fact. The entire Indian team scored 13 fours and 3 sixes. Travis Head alone has outscored them. That is the impact that he's got, and that is why he has been truly sensational and one of the best finds that Australia have ever had. But Travis Head, when he was given the man of the match, he stated, couldn't imagine getting 100, couldn't probably imagine holding on to that one. Was great to hold on to that catch. Why is he saying couldn't imagine? You all have to remember that prior to the World Cup, in the 4th ODI against South Africa in Centurion, Gerald Coetzee managed to fracture Travis Head's arm. Now, he was going to be ruled out for 5 weeks. Pat Cummins and the entire backroom team management have heaved a huge sigh of relief when they found out he would not have to go for surgery. If Travis Head had to go for surgery, then that's it. His World Cup would have been done. But they said 5 weeks. You'll have to wait for 5 weeks. He'll miss the first half of the World Cup, but he'll be back for the next half. He came back for the game against New Zealand, and boy, did he have an impact. 7 sixes he hit in that. And that century ensured Australia reached 388. New Zealand didn't get there. They lost by 5 runs. Then he had a lean run, but then 62 runs, which ensured Australia held the momentum in that semi-final, and now that 137 ensured that Australia's belief in their clutch player reaped them dividends. Somewhere down the line, this campaign of 2023 for Australia is like a mixture of 1999 and 2015. 1999 primarily because after losing 2 out of the first 3 games, they then won the next and did not get beaten for the entire decade. That was how dominant Australia were. Why I am saying 2015? Travis Head's inclusion reminds me of James Faulkner, a clutch player. Now, James Faulkner in 2015 had a side strain in the tri-series that involved England and India. So he was going to be ruled out for most of the World Cup at that time. But Australia needed James Faulkner. And because of that, they decided he will not be left out of the squad. He will be in the 15, he will recuperate, and then he'll come back to play for Australia. And did he reap the faith in a big way? 3 for 36 ensured New Zealand could never recover in that final. 7 for 33 collapse, Australia chased down 183. And because of that, the same belief and the same faith that Australia had in Travis Head was repaid. 5 weeks, anybody would have been tempted, okay, let him be out of the squad. We will not play him in the World Cup, get a replacement. But Cummins needed Head. And that's why he repaid the faith, and that's why Travis Head today is India's ultimate nightmare in 5 months. June 2023 World Test Championship Final 163, here in the World Cup Final 137 plus a spectacular catch and the fielding. Prior to that, his 62, he's now the man of the match in the semi-final and the final now. So that's why Travis Head is the epitome of Australianism. In a way, he can never be kept down. Whatever is his weakness, he'll overcome it. And now, as the late, great Shane Warne predicted, a star in all formats. Truly, Australianism won, head emerged the winner, and because of that, this story really deserved a headline in this case. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.